It was a normal morning at Scotland's Dunblane Primary School on March 13th, 1996. Children's laughter echoed as they took part in their PE lesson, with no idea that darkness was on the horizon. On this day, 44-year-old Thomas Hamilton drove to the primary school, armed with 4 handguns and over 700 rounds of ammunition. He cut the cables on a telephone pole, then entered the school, with the goal of killing as many children as possible. In just around 4 minutes, he would commit the deadliest mass shooting in British history, leaving 16 preschoolers and 1 teacher dead and cold, while also injuring 15 others. Thomas Watt Hamilton was born on May 10, 1952, in Glasgow, Scotland. His mother, a hotel chambermaid, was divorced from his father by the time Hamilton was born. Hamilton spent his childhood with his mother's adoptive parents, unaware of his true parentage, as he never knew his father. They legally adopted him when he was just 2 years old. Additionally, he believed his biological mother was his sister, until the truth was revealed to him at the age of 22. He achieved excellent academic success as a boy, and he had an interest in joining clubs. He actively participated in the local Rifles Club, the local Boys Brigade, and became a Boy Scout, later serving as the assistant Boy Scouts leader of his local Boy Scouts club when he was 20 years old. However, in a short span of time, the boys started voicing complaints, alleging that Hamilton was teaching them to handle rifles and handguns, pressuring them into engaging in inappropriate activities, and then using money as a bribe to ensure their silence. Although he was never arrested, numerous complaints had been filed with the police regarding Hamilton's behavior towards the young boys, including claims that he had been very touchy with them and taken photographs of semi-naked boys without parental consent. For a brief period, Hamilton was promoted to be a scout leader of the 24th Stirlingshire Troop, which was undergoing a revival. However, his leadership drew several complaints again, notably concerning instances where scouts were coerced to sleep with him in his van during hill-walking expeditions. As a consequence, he was requested to leave the scouts just months later, with the county commissioner openly voicing that he was suspicious of Hamilton's moral intentions toward the boys. His pleas for readmission were consistently denied, and he resorted to writing letters of protest to different government authorities, citing persecution. As time passed, he became a gun collector and took the lead in organizing multiple boys' clubs, in which he taught shooting, sports, and gymnastics. Despite the initial popularity and strong attendance at his clubs, his allegedly peculiar conduct eventually led to the alienation of both club members and their parents, resulting in the forced closure of the clubs. Thomas was a well-known figure in Dunblane, often regarded as a loner who hid his feelings of resentment. He was nicknamed Mr. Creepy by the children of the town. Though Hamilton faced accusations of being a pedophile, no substantiated evidence was ever presented. It was the decision to shut down his clubs purely on the basis of unproven rumors that fueled his anger. In letters, Hamilton asserted that his business failed in 1993 due to local rumors surrounding his interactions with young boys. In the final months of his life, he complained about facing persecution from local police and the Scout movement while attempting to organize a boys' club. Among those he reached out to for help were Queen Elizabeth II and his local Member of Parliament, Michael Forsyth. Hamilton felt as though he was being treated unfairly, and after years of built-up resentment, he vowed to take revenge. On the morning of Wednesday, March 13, 1996, the ex-scout leader would arm himself with 4 handguns and a staggering 743 rounds of ammunition, then leave his home and drive to the Dunblane Primary School, arriving around 9:30 a.m. His van found its spot near a telegraph pole in the school's car park. There he carefully cut the telephone cables connected to nearby houses at the bottom of the telegraph pole, before calmly advancing towards the school buildings. Hamilton headed towards the school gym, where 28 Primary 1 pupils had just arrived for a PE class with their teacher, Gwen Mayer. As he entered the gym, he wasted no time and opened fire, killing Mayer instantly. Eileen Harold was injured as she confronted Hamilton, and Supervisory Assistant Mary Blake was severely wounded by shots to her head and legs as she shielded children from the gunfire. Hamilton then made his way to the east side of the gym, where he fired multiple shots at pupils in the gym, killing one and injuring several others. Alongside the injured Harold and Blake, 4 wounded pupils sought refuge in the store cupboard. He continued towards the center of the gym and found a group of pupils who were injured by his prior shots. Hamilton fired 16 shots, shooting each child at point-blank range. As an older pupil walked along the outside of the gym, he stopped to look inside through a window. After being noticed by Hamilton, he fired in the pupil's direction, missing the pupil, but causing injuries from the glass. He continued to fire indiscriminately, shooting at windows, books, and at an older pupil he saw from a distance near the playground. He fired 4 more shots towards the cloakroom of the library, striking another school staff member, Grace Tweddle, in the process. Hamilton then re-entered the gym, took a revolver out that he hadn't fired yet, and put the gun in his mouth. He pulled the trigger and ended his own life instantly. In under just 4 minutes, 32 people were shot, killing 16 preschool pupils and their teacher, Gwen Mayer. The shooting happened so quickly that it was over before the first call was made to police at 9:41 a.m. Scotland, along with the rest of the United Kingdom, was left shattered and in disbelief. A close-knit community known for its peace and warmth suddenly found itself with unimaginable sorrow. The shooting at the primary school left the town reeling, struggling to comprehend the senseless act that took the lives of their children and beloved educators. The shooting sparked a debate on stricter gun control laws and a potential handgun ban. In February 1997, Parliament responded by passing a law banning private ownership of handguns above .22 caliber, and in November 1997, the ban was extended to all handguns. In addition, security requirements for gun clubs were expanded. Presently within the United Kingdom, handguns are now limited to Northern Ireland, the Channel Islands, and the Isle of Man, as each of these regions operates under its individual legislation.